Your court television news starting now.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a Sunday morning broadcast of the Court News Station. I am your host, as always, NJCourts, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic start to your Sunday, August the 4th, right? Yes. It is currently just past 9 o'clock a.m. my time, which is going to be Mountain Standard Time. I know about 11 o'clock, so still morning for our friends on the East Coast. And I'm sure my friends on the West Coast are either sleeping in or just getting their day started. So welcome to everybody, wherever you're at. And today we're actually going to be covering a little bit of news from across the pond. So technically what we'll be watching today is actually happening Monday already in the UK. All right. So as a matter of fact, I'm going to probably get straight to that coverage. What we're going to have for our itinerary this morning is I'm going to be bringing you some news coming from the UK about some riots that just kind of pretty much exploded or started as of over the weekend. And as we're watching, I'll kind of give you more of a background in case you just don't know what's going on, of why those riots apparently have started and what people are rioting for. It's getting pretty, just as far as based on what I read and how it involves some type of social media, even apparently an AI or a fake video that went out. It's pretty wild, man. And remember how we talk how this internet stuff's now starting to get into real life? I think this is going to be a really clear example of some of that. We're also going to be going over some kind of, I wouldn't call it breaking news, but late, I guess you would call breaking news in regards to Skimask Andy apparently claiming he's going to be fleeing the state of Oklahoma. I use the word fleeing because as of last week, a bench warrant was issued for his arrest for a failure to appear for his last hearing, which was an arraignment having to do with the two charges he's facing from the incident, his last arrest and incident, for threatening acts of violence. Okay. And we're going to speak a little bit about that and all the shenanigans going on at the Crack Shack version 2.0. And what else do we have on the itinerary? We're going to give you an update as far as what happened the day that I went down to the federal courthouse in El Paso, Texas to provide, or what I was supposed to do. And we tried to provide coverage on the El Mayo, otherwise known by his government name. Ismael Zambada, who is currently was currently one of the Sinaloa cartel kingpins that is now facing federal pretty much drug trafficking and other slew of charges here in the United States, more specifically down at the federal courthouse where he is being tried at in El Paso, Texas. So you might have missed out on that live stream. We went down to El Paso on Friday morning, had a lot of fun, either way. We even went down and showed everybody the border in downtown El Paso. So I appreciate everybody that joined me for that live stream. But just in case you missed that, it is up. It's about almost a 4-hour live stream. And I would say it was a pretty exciting one. That was just my opinion. I hope you guys could agree. But again, I appreciate everybody that joined me that day and for everybody's support. So thank you all. So actually, what I want to do is let's go down the line really quick. And I want to say hi to everybody. It's been a while. So good morning, Sumi. Good morning, Pamela Week. First in the chat. Good morning. Got ICU in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see all the members of the jury. What up, Cat Crazy? Good to see you, my friend. What up, Candy Cane? All right. We got Miss Ella in the house. Good to see you. Cecilia Princess. Good to see you. Good morning to you. Let's see. Going down the line. Nettie Paz. Good morning to you. What up, Dots? TT, good morning. What up, Kimberly71? Good morning. Going down the line. What up, Roofer? All right. Well, and welcome. If I missed anybody else, I apologize, but welcome to everybody that's participating in chat, and welcome to all our viewers. You don't necessarily have to be participating in chat to be considered a viewer, so I appreciate everybody here. All right, so what I'm going to do is share what I believe should be, if they're still going on, a current live stream from somebody that is at one of the protests going on in the UK. What I'll do is mute it for a bit, and then I'm going to go over some context for you as to what the whole reason this is all going on and bring you that news. And then we can unmute it, and kind of listen in on what's going on. There's some few other live streamers that, as long as they're still streaming as of this morning, we can kind of bounce around from and see, some other angles of some other protests that are going around the UK, all having to do with the same incident, of course. All right. What up, Ginlore? No, not late. Just started. Absolutely not late. And there's some other world news that we may be discussing if I get to it that I just didn't have up here on the thumbnail. So a lot of stuff going on. Unfortunately, none of it really good, which unfortunately is kind of how the news goes, right? If it's good, we don't talk about it. If it's bad, we do. But I'm hoping to change that soon. All right. So let me just go and get that set up. Otherwise, I should be pretty much set up on all my other videos. We're going to watch a few clips today. We're going to watch some live streaming right now. So it should be a pretty exciting and informative Sunday morning broadcast, I hope. Okay, so I think I sent myself the link here. I already have it up. See, I knew I was a little bit ready. Let's just see if it's still going on. Let me go to the live. Let me just click on it. Like I said, I'll mute this for right now, and then I'll kind of read you. I'll read you an article, pretty much what I'm just pretty much going to read what I read, okay? Because this is all new news to me. Obviously, I'm not in the UK, so this came as far as what I usually do every Monday, or not every Monday, every morning of just browsing around all the world news. I browse around my local news, and just see what's going on in the world. So share screen. Sorry, it's been a while. And we're going to go here. Oh, yeah, and it had to be a freaking commercial. Oh, now I can skip it. Oh, yeah, and go figure. They just ended as I was going to share this, but we can always replay. So I'll show you what's going on. So this isn't currently live. It was as of about an hour ago, and I'll see if there's any other of the live broadcasts going on, but this was what I was going to share with you right now, but it looked like the streamer just ended their broadcast. Let me shout out this channel. This is the Street Hawk channel, and it looks like either they were there or somebody representing their channel was there, and this is what was going on their stream. And while we're taking a look at this, let me see if I can pull up a stream from somebody that's live. But as a matter of fact, first, let's find out why these protests are going on. Again, this started over the weekend. Remember, although it's Sunday for us in the U.S., it is already Monday in the U.K. So I guess this has gone on into the weekday for them. But I believe the most extreme part of the protest happened yesterday, which would have been our Saturday, their Sunday. So let's jump over to that article that I wanted to read. I don't know if it's one that I can share as a video or if I can just read it to you. Give me a second. I had it right here. Gmail. Okay, this is one I got to read to you, but I'll share it. We'll just kind of read over it, and then we'll go find another streamer that's live. But pretty much, let's read this together. Let me just pull it up here for you guys. All right, so here we go. Make sure you guys can see what I'm looking at. So here's your news out of the UK. So we're just going to start off with some world news, okay? And then we'll jump from here to the Skimask Andy news, and then we'll finish up with the update for the from the Ismail, or Ismail Zambada, otherwise known as El Mayo. Everybody's calling him El Mustard. His federal court case that we tried to provide coverage on Friday morning. And guess what? I'll give you a little bit of a spoiler alert. It was just a 7-minute hearing, okay? So we didn't miss much. All right, but it was fun, right? It was fun to show you guys how the media works and bring you all that chaos, and met a few nice people that gave us some breakfast. We got to check out the whole border situation. But either way, let's read this article together. All right. So it says, starting from the top, far-right riots erupt in UK in the wake of child murders. Far-right anti-immigration demonstrations stoked by conspiracy theories and AI-generated images spread on social media spilled over into violence in cities across the nation. All right. And then we'll read a little bit about, I guess, the kind of other story that led into these protests. Okay, that way we got the whole gist of everything. So this reads, London. The United Kingdom woke up Sunday morning to city streets covered in debris and smoldering rubbish as a weekend of far-right anti-immigration demonstrations stoked by conspiracy theories spread on social media erupted into violence in 7 cities across the nation. Police arrested at least 100 people, and riot police wearing helmets and holding shields came out in force as Prime Minister Keir Starmer, and I probably pronounced that incorrectly, pledged to take action against extremists. On Saturday, groups in Leeds waving St. George's Cross flags, England's national flag regularly flown by far-right groups, shouted "Muslims off our streets," pairing it with a slur suggesting they were criminal child abusers. In the city of Hull, rioters threw bottles and smashed a window at a hotel housing asylum seekers as demonstrators clashed with police. What started as targeted anti-immigration demonstrations quickly descended into directionalist disorder. A library in Liverpool reopened in 2023 as an education to an employment service for people of all abilities was set ablaze. One police officer in the city was hit on the head with a chair, and another kicked and knocked off his motorcycle. The police force responsible for the region has confirmed that 2 officers were taken to the hospital with injuries. Looks like they have a protester there are getting arrested. Starmer denounced the violence Saturday, saying that the right to freedom of expression and violent disorder were 2 different things, adding that there's no excuse for violence of any kind. Some of the protests did not turn violent. In the southwest city of Bristol, groups shouted, "We want our country back," while others chanted, "England till I die." There was also clashes with counter-protesters singing "Racist scum off our streets." The latest demonstrations, here's the important stuff, okay? The latest demonstrations follow a week of riots in the country after 3 young girls were killed in a knife attack at a Taylor Swift-themed dance party in the town of Southport. At the center of the demonstrations was a conspiracy theory spread on social media based on a lie that the perpetrator was Muslim, an asylum seeker, or both. Less than 3 hours after the attack on girls, this is crazy right here. Less than 3 hours after the attack on the girls, AI-generated images were shared on X, which is Twitter, by an account called Europe Invasion, depicting a man in traditional Muslim dress waving a knife outside the UK's Houses of Parliament. The post has since been viewed over 900,000 times. A TikTok account with no previous content that called for protests near the attack site also amassed almost 60,000 views within hours, a spokesperson for Tech Against Terrorism told The Guardian. And so the nation was only briefly united in mourning for the girls before their hometown of Southport was beset by violence as a group of mostly white men threw bottles and bricks at police officers and a mosque. Reporting restrictions that had prevented the naming of the suspect, who is under the age of 18, were eventually lifted in order to stop the spread of misinformation after a false name circulated online. As it happens, the suspect, Axel Rudakumba, 17, was born in the Welsh capital of Cardiff, so he's Welsh-born, and had lived for years in a village near Southport itself, police said. The motive behind the stabbings remains unknown. But the violence has continued all the same by far-right, galvanized by a surge in support in the UK's recent general elections and its long-standing perception that mass immigration is draining the nation's resources and threatening its children. And in another sign of far-right's effective online presence, the call to mobilize has been spearheaded by a number of influential figures who command a sizable following but are absent on the ground. Founder of the far-right English Defense League, Tommy Robinson, who last week fled Britain, where he was due to be in court over alleged contempt proceedings, was amongst the first to call for nationwide protest, urging his 800,000 Twitter followers to hit the streets. Other online personalities, such as internet influencer Andrew Tate, who remains in Romania as he prepares to stand trial on sex trafficking charges, said in a video on Twitter that the attacker was an illegal immigrant. More than 30 protests were planned for the weekend, and thousands of extra riot police are on standby with further demonstrations expected on Sunday. About 100 demonstrators supporting refugees gathered early Sunday afternoon outside a hotel in Rotherham that is believed to house asylum seekers, chanting, "Refugees are welcome here," as groups opposing asylum seekers threw objects at the hotel, smashing windows and setting fire to a garbage can. According to the BBC, at least one police officer has been injured. I think that pretty much... Oh, we're almost done. Britain's policy minister told BBC Radio on Sunday that there would be consequences for those who go out and attack our police officers, loot shops, destroy property, intimidate communities. A chorus of police constables across the nation have also condemned the violence. While the center-left Labour Party recently won a landslide victory in the UK's July elections, that leftward shift was paired with rising support for the far-right Reform UK Party, which won 4 million votes. And Labour's success was at least partly down to the far-right's rising popularity, which split the right-wing vote, causing many conservative lawmakers to lose their seats in Parliament. The latest demonstrations puncture any idea that Starmer's center-left government has evaded an ascendant hard-right movement that continues to rise on the continent. Behind his majority, there remains an angry and active far-right undercurrent that continues to make itself heard. End of the story. So thank you guys for reading along with me on that. I know it's usually more exciting to watch a video, but... So again, that is from across the pond in the UK. Let me see if I can click on and see if there's any other streamers. There was like a whole list of some other streamers I had that were live. So let me see if one of them is available still. Let's jump over here. So unfortunately, it looks like this is stemming from 3 young girls that were killed or stabbed in the UK. And sadly, what should be time of mourning or more, information or more news stories covering that is now shifted into the protests. Thankfully, it appears that they've caught the assailant. Come on, man. I didn't pay for my YouTube premium today. Let's see if this is live. Oh, yeah, this is live. I think. Hold on. Yeah, it's live. I can assume. I'm sure. It looks like it is. All right, let me share this with you guys. Again, I'm kind of new to sharing other live streams, so be patient with me. Oh, they're smashing shit on here.
Whoa.
Boom, there we go. Car window.
Living on the streets, isn't it? You're Is that me? Yeah.
Oh, what's going on here? Guess their live stream's having some problems. Let's see if I can jump to another one. This is in Rotherham.
Okay. Should have got. Hold on. I know, yeah.
No baseline measure, not yet.
TikTok live.
Looks like there's some protests going on in the UK having to do with according to what we read, some possible fake social media posts, including an AI video that apparently sparked off some protests that originally had to do with the killing of 3 young girls that originally it was reported it had to do with possibly it was like a hate crime, but the media is saying that apparently it's not. But we don't know right now why this guy killed or stabbed these young girls. But these protests now seem to erupt in from a lot of different groups that are now, against these, Muslim immigrants that are coming into the country, stating that they're causing a lot of the crime. And now, because of a video that I guess was an AI video, and so it was artificial, wasn't true, showing a, I guess, like a Muslim-clad individual that was waving a knife in front of a UK government building. And so that's sparked, a lot of attention. So again, I'm just learning a lot about this as of today.
British people kill their own fucking kids. Fucking hell.
Kira, do you want to go in that hotel with him and hold hands?
But doesn't look like it doesn't matter what part of the country you're from. Doesn't matter even if you're in a third world country. It looks like people, still protest about the same. It looks like we got some violence. We've got people destroying public buildings, private buildings, businesses. We saw this during the BLM protests. So, and again, I'm not familiar with the different groups down in the UK. I'm just reporting on it. I have no allegiance to anybody is what I'm trying to say.
Didn't think I'd be waking up doing this on my Sunday off.
That's what I took as an oath for the country, for my own country.
Is shop open?
That's the only allegiance I pledge.
Yeah, that's what
Oh, Sam.
Kinlor, I agree with you 100%. Sorry if I'm shouting. I'm trying to talk over this.
He needs to get the fuck out of there.
Hell yeah, Roofer. Well, I unfortunately won't be in the mountains, but I'm hoping to be in a large plot of desert land with hundreds of rescue dogs and plenty of guns and ammo. Guns, ammo, and dogs.
Fucking pedo protectors.
And if you believe in the big guy, God.
Hi.
Toy Cholis.
No shit, Gov. Huh?
Hello, Toy Cholis. What's going on?
Anyways,
And how
we'll
are
come
you?
back to this later. I think we're trying to get the idea. So we'll check back on our protests going on over the UK. Hold on, let me just mute. There we go. Sorry, I had two channels going on with audio. Good morning, Sunshinery. Good morning, everybody just coming into the chat. We were just starting Sunday morning's coverage today. It was kind of a broadcast that's going to include some world news and, of course, some of the court coverage that we're doing. But we started off covering a little bit of the protests that have gone on over the weekend and that, again, spilled over to the weekday because it is technically Monday now in the UK, having to do apparently with a crime that involved the stabbing and murder of 3 young girls that is now kind of, because of some, according to the news, the report we just read, or the article, excuse me, that because of some fake AI, social media posts and other things, that some of these protests have started spiraling it out of control because of false information versus originally being peaceful protests, against the violence that happened against these girls. So I thought it was an interesting one because it has to do with, real life shit now flowing into the internet, or let me start over. Internet shit now flowing into the real life or world stuff, okay? And we've seen this before. We see AI all the time. You see AI on all these YouTube short videos. The popular thing now is where they take poor Joe Rogan, okay? They'll take a shot from one of his podcasts, and then they'll, make it look like he's talking to somebody else, or they make it look like he's talking about a subject that's not even anything he's even covered, right? So then before you know it, you get somebody going, whoa, Joe Rogan supports that? Oh, hell yeah. You know what I mean? When Joe Rogan don't support that, you know what I mean? So AI is getting pretty wild, and is why now when you're a YouTube creator, anytime you go live or you post a video, there's a new little check mark or box that you got to check mark that says I'm either going to feature AI or I'm not, which I don't. So I don't know what happens when you check I am, but I always check no. I don't know what happens if you do, if you got to put, the next, it's going to prompt another box that's going to ask you, what type of AI are you featuring? Do you own the copyrights to that individual or whatever character that, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But either way, it's getting pretty scary, huh? Yeah. Hey, Bing Bong Blow, I already have been replaced, okay? That little wackadoodle sicko, what's his face? I'm not even going to give him the attention. He Lord knows how many of days, weeks, hours of his shitty life he spent trying to create an AI version of me and put out a little video supposedly of, it was really bad, but it's me saying stuff that I didn't say, you know what I mean? So it's already been done. So let's move on to a little bit more of some local news, I guess you can call it. What's going on with Skimask Andy? All right. I've had a lot of people contacting me about just the whole shenanigans of his where he's at right now, and looks like apparent crimes going on. We're going to watch a pretty interesting video I want to share with you guys. And then I guess as of today, it appears he's starting another scam now of he's stating he's going to be fleeing, and I'm going to explain to you why if you don't already know. He's going to be fleeing the state of Oklahoma to an undisclosed location that he's already had a bus ticket purchased for him, which I thought he said he had that ticket bought last weekend or something, but you know how it goes. Either way, I'm sure it's just another way or attempt to say, oh, but for this journey, I'm going to need money because I need toiletry items and new clothes and a new phone. You guys know where I'm going with that. But either way, most importantly is if he does leave the state of Oklahoma, he's going to be fleeing, okay, because he is currently wanted on a warrant, which he's already made public. He knows about it, all right, for failure to appear for his arraignment hearing having to do with the 2 charges he's facing, all right, for, the incident when, he was live, and you guys can catch it in case you've never seen it on my main channel page, where he, threatened acts of violence upon his parents. And those are the 2 charges, one for each parent, that he's currently facing. Okay. Now, those charges may even could change possibly, because this jerk's been putting out a bunch of videos making threats. He even threatened that he's going to come kill my family. If those videos get to the district attorney, those could possibly change what's currently 2 counts of a misdemeanor into a felony if they change those charges or add any charges, okay? Also, these are coming from his own words, and we're going to watch a video too. He states that apparently, and again, I don't know how true this is, that old girl, his ex-fling, whatever you want to call it, is now apparently going to be filing or getting an restraining order against him. And probably should, based on a lot of stuff that we listened to. Remember a couple of days ago that we listened to those threats he was making? Well, even knowing that she possibly may be getting a restraining order, may already have one, he made some more. And again, this is coming from his own mouth. We're going to take a look at that clip as well. So either way, I can just pretty much just summarize everything for those that have been out of the loop a bit. He's back to square one, or whatever you want to call it, just back to, where he found himself, last year, okay, after all those thousands of dollars spent on attorneys and bonding him out. He's back again on the runs, got a warrant, in addition to the warrants out of the other 2 states we know of, Nevada and New Jersey, okay, owes a shit ton of money still to the state of Oklahoma, and add now a couple more hundred because of these new charges and the fact that they had to issue out the warrant. All right. Add to the fact now that remember this last time he was bonded out, it was through a bonding agent. Okay. As a matter of fact, through his little buddy's bonding company, or not her company, but the company she works for. And he skipped out on that. So what a friend he is. Okay. Skipped out on that. So now her and her company now owe the court, what was it? He paid $100, $1,000. Hey, $1,000 is $1,000. More importantly, guess what? The court, because they revoked the bond, they also contact the main insurer to the bond company, okay? All bond companies have to be insured, all right? And so what happens, it's kind of like, when you have car insurance, all right? The more speeding tickets you get or accidents, your insurance premium goes up, or sometimes you can't even get insured anymore, okay? So it does not ever look good for a bonding agent to not have their client not show up, okay? And in this case, that bond was revoked, and now the company, owes the court, and they have a date that they have to pay that up by, or Lord knows what happens. And Ski is now on the run from both the courts and the bonding company, all right? And to make it even worse, it appears, allegedly, that he's at some fucking crack shack place that a bunch of crimes are being committed. And I'm going to tell you something, okay? I read a story as a matter of fact, not even a story. I had originally read the story because it was local news from Albuquerque, New Mexico, but they actually have the body cam video footage off one of these big YouTube channels that shows the police body cam footage. And it's almost reminded me of this situation where it literally was this meth head, okay, that had a child that literally took over her grandmother's house, okay, in the South Valley. And in this house, when the cops go in it, all right, you've got a poor baby kid in there. You've got what looks like a 78-year-old grandmother. And then you've got 5 or 6 fucking crackhead methed out motherfuckers just laid out in all these different rooms of the house, okay? Then while the police are there, even more meth heads come down the little alley on the side of the house we're just looking for our friend. You know what I mean? So the sad story where I'm going with this is you can tell that this individual took over that house, okay? They're literally terrorizing that grandmother. And here's why I think the same situation's going on here. Meth heads, they ain't got no money, okay? Meth heads, they ain't got no responsibilities, okay? If you notice, the lights and there's some Wi-Fi in that house are turned on. The utilities are. Somebody's paying for those utilities. And I doubt it's any of these individuals that you're going to see in the few clips that we're going to watch, okay? So, again, I'm just alleging. I don't know. But based on, a lot of these videos I've seen before, and you guys probably know, maybe some of you have been in some situations or know of people or friends, family, whoever, okay, that have literally done this before where they take over a senior. And they don't even have to be meth heads, okay? They don't have to be drug addicts. They just be somebody that takes over the home, starts signing over things, right? You know what I mean? Stealing medication and selling. It's a lot of fucked up things happen to our seniors, okay? A lot of it, I think, falls under the radar, to be honest with you. But I think that's the situation or scenario that we're seeing here, and it's really fucked up, okay? What's even more fucked up, and I'll say this, it's just a handful now. And kudos to the last of those wackadoodles that finally left, okay? I don't know if they just got bored, and hopefully it's because they found what they're watching is disgusting and downright illegal, all right? But this guy's down to just a handful of these just absolute vile, just nasty pieces of shit people, okay, that literally think what he's doing is just fine and even encouraging him, okay? One, they're encouraging him to flee, all right? If it's true that he got a bus ticket purchased, somebody obviously spent the money to help him, flee, all right? Now they're aiding. Second of all, they're also thinking, and they're not stupid. They know what's going on. They know that's a meth house, okay? They think that's fine. That's cool watching a bunch of fucking meth heads walking in and out with a bunch of what looks like stolen merchandise, just ravaging fucking hell around the streets of Tulsa and all the fucking businesses, and then coming back to that house to sell it or trade it for drugs while Skimask is there like, yeah, what's up, man? All sweaty. And I mean, come on, man. The fuck, if you guys don't think that guy's on anything else other than weed, please go Google search what meth heads look like, all right? And then after we watch a few of these clips, I think you're going to finally agree. Anyways, aiding and abetting. Thank you, Roof. I knew I was missing one more word there. So let's start off with this first clip. Actually, I'm going to start off with the clip that he's pretty much goes over, I guess, this information or alleged information that he's heard that old girl might be filing a restraining order against him. He does make some threats on there. So, old girl, if you are filing a restraining order against him, you may want to screen record this. But without further ado, let's share that clip first.
All right.
You may want to put your volume up because, it's already got a shitty mic and you can hardly hear him, but you can hear him. Here we go.
All right, what's your name's gonna get a restraining order on me, so that means we don't have to talk about it no more, guys. That's the rule. You guys know that. When they get a restraining order, that means the beef is over. Boss to take losses. I had it to lose. If I see her, I'm gonna shoot her. That's what I'm gonna do. And everyone else that was with her. Hey, fucking Mayo, my nigga. Not even her dumbass family. The more niggas talk, I'm shy. Might have been way before it's time. That might be one of the only people that I'd be more embarrassed to have as a mom than my mom. The Rex is true, she is mine. The West Side too, yeah, it's mine. What you know about?
Oh, girl. Listen up at the beginning.
All right, what's your name's gonna get a restraining order on me, so that means we don't have to talk about it no more, guys. That's the rule. You guys know that. When they get a restraining order, that means the beef is over. Boss to take losses. I had it to lose. If I see her, I'm gonna shoot her. That's what I'm gonna do.
If I see her, I'm going to shoot her. That's what I'm going to do.
And everyone else that was with her.
And anybody else with her. I'm not sure if she has a kid. I don't know if it's a young kid, grown kid, whatever, but I think that's who he's referring to.
That might be one of the only people that I'd be more embarrassed to have as a mom than my mom.
Anyways, like I said, I apologize. It's kind of a hard clip to hear, but if you put your volume all the way up, you can hear at the beginning. He makes it pretty much, he states that allegedly old girl is going to be filing a restraining order against him, which if you guys don't remember, or if you guys forgot, and you can catch the VOD, I think it's the last update we did on Skimask's shenanigans, announcing that he had been on the run or got the bench warrant was issued. We play a clip where he makes some really serious threats about the K word and all that shit towards her. So I'm not sure if that stems from that, but either way, we've heard him make plenty of threats, about her and things like that. We just heard him not only say she's going to get a restraining order against him, but then say he's going to K word her and anybody else that's with her. So there you go. Obviously, the guy doesn't learn shit, okay? And then keep in mind, he currently has restraining order against him from his two parents, okay? Which I want to reiterate, in that restraining order, in that paperwork, it states that he's not allowed to possess any weapons, okay? He has to turn any weapons in to the any law enforcement department locally to him. Guess what? I don't know if we played it or I have the clip. I'm not going to play it, but maybe you have already seen it. But there's a clip where this freaking dude's like literally there like all whacked out, methed out, and again, it's hard to tell if this guy's acting or not, but either way, he thinks like he hears something and he's like, and then he pulls out this knife and he's like, so long story short, looks like the dude's carrying a little knife, which, hey, I would do the same thing at a fucking crack shack like that. But the thing is if the popos show up that crack shack and you get arrested and they find that knife on you and then they find out you got a restraining order, that's not going to help because that's just going to add an additional charge to all the other charges you're already facing. Not too smart. Especially when it's on camera. Holy moly. Anyways, let me show you another one. So this clip that we're about to watch is where I think a lot of people, and again, I don't know if they were specifically speaking on this live stream or others, but I've had a lot of people reaching out to me stating that they think obviously there's, some illegal activities going on at this crack/meth house. And I agree. Okay, I'm going to concur on that. This is one of the clips that I was able to screen record. And again, I need to edit it. Okay. I'm just going to show it to you raw, but you'll still be able to see and hear everything. Unfortunately, you're going to see some of the other stuff on the screen, which, generally I like to have it to where it's just nice and cropped, but bear with me. But what I want you to pay attention to, and I'll pause it when it gets to that part, is on the right-hand corner. You're going to see there's a girl, which I think is a young lady. I don't know. Who knows? Fumbling through a bunch of bags, okay? And I've heard, I don't know if it's in this same clip, another individual comes in after they leave, and they have like what appears to be like some merchandise, and they're kind of bragging about that it was Oakley branded. Again, maybe they like to go shop every day. Who knows? That's why I don't want to make any allegations here. I'll just play the clip and show you the part where I think they're doing some fishy stuff and let you decide on your own. But I have my own opinion. That's all I'm going to say. All right, let me start it from the beginning here, and let me unmute this. Let me see if this helps a bit. Let's see if I might screen it with anything. Okay, all right. So here's the part. I'm going to rewind it a bit, but right-hand side, oops, the person with the white hat turned around, backwards hat, that's who I was talking about, okay? They're fumbling through a bunch, whatever's on that. I don't know if there's a bed, a couch. If you've been watching this guy when he's in this little room here, all these people that come in, they all make their way to where this individual's at, okay? And all you hear is just bags, always fumbling, okay? So let's start it over a bit. So I was just trying to mess with seeing if I could zoom in a bit and all that. I'm just going to leave it as it is. Roofer, very good observation, okay? I got a picture that I'll share before we end the stream today that, bro, come on now. That house has utilities on, okay? The AC is turned on. Those people are sweaty because of other reasons. You notice everybody's fucking sweaty? And notice how many voices you hear, man. I've been working on a video clip that I'm going to be posting soon. It just took me so long because of all the fucking characters. But if you've ever watched or remember the show, golly, I'm doing the clip right now and I almost had a brain fart. How's it? I'm trying to sing the song that starts it off. It's oh my God, why am I? I'll remember here when we finish this. Let's just keep playing. Sorry.
Let me check. One, 4, 3. I'm just saying you gotta like sometimes make the screen live, like click on it to scroll like that.
Can you? Do you want?
No, yeah.
If you don't mind, sorry.
You hear the bags?
Okay, pride, arrogance, and conceit. Sorry. Here, if you want, if you're getting.
Okay, I did.
Don't you pee in here.
Yeah, poor dog. I hate when I hear dogs in these type of houses like this. Breaks my heart, man. So you know that dog ain't being taken care of. Also, somebody just mentioned something about clothes. That guy, have you noticed he's wearing the same shit all the time? With even though according to him, he had a chance to get all of his clothes. I'm sure he's already between that motel he was at and this crack shack. I'm sure it's been all sold, gone, traded, or just thrown away. Remember, it's not his. He don't give a shit. And somebody mentioned something about hearing a baby in the background. Man, if that's the case, that's horrible, man. And shame on Skimask for being in a place like this and just, encouraging it. And then, this guy, is just probably any donations he's getting is just being shared amongst these people. He's got to pay to play. They ain't going to just let homeboy stay there for free. And he ain't stealing shit. We've seen him almost every day just streaming out of this place. So where do you think any of those donations are going to? He's the host of the Crack Shack, man. Very good observation. Think about if a lot of those individuals in this place, imagine if they got a hands of some of those clips where he's saying some of those really bad things, huh? Yeah, what a hypocrite. You hear all that? Fuck you think 5 people in a little room are doing with the fucking black towel blanket covering the window? Everybody fucking sweaty. Everybody rattling off with stories.
Accomplish something great that they haven't
Oh,
yet.
here's another character. Oh, 2 new characters here. Here it is.
Oakley? Wow, what?
It's because
Yeah, I'm gonna rewind it a bit. Here's where the guy comes in with the Oakley merch. Watch.
accomplish something great that they haven't yet seen that it was great.
Well
Because
done.
who's from Chelsea?
Oakley.
Oakley? Wow, what?
It's because, like, if you look at it, Abraham Lincoln was the first one to free the slaves. He, that fucks
Abraham
up
Lincoln?
every day.
Save those slaves.
Didn't save them or free them, but he started it. Like, that's a big ass deal. So they had to take him out. So what if they're taking out all the presidents? What if they're taking out all the presidents as soon as either they get sick and they die and now succumb, ready to snitch?
Have you listened to the
Or-
conversations these guys are talking
That
about?
means something great that affects the future.
They did something great that affects the
Thinking that the government is actually from the future and came back and restarted.
They sided with fallen angels. Started living
What
life.
if God is like really
Red
not
vacations.
like what if God like the G and God is government and like you know because like what's the main things
No, I can't go that
main
far,
forms
'cause
of
I'm
control?
God is
Money,
spelled G-O-D,
money,
not
religion,
G-O-V.
and because like money and religion are the two like
But I
main,
see,
like,
I know where
biggest
she's
powers
going with
of,
that.
like,
I see it.
control. And
Anyways,
time.
Time is
that's too much. I
money,
can't watch it
religion.
anymore. But you guys get the idea, right? So, kudos to all those that have been supporting that. Instead of going, like I said, if you really care about the guy, why don't you go shack him up at a rehab center or go, shack him up at your place? Sad, man. It's sad that there's a tad, like I said, for the most part, I think most people, everybody's left. You're just down to, people just watching, just hate watching. But for those last people that are still telling him like, oh, nice studio. Yo, take off, bro. Keep doing you, bro. Dude. That guy literally is probably just waiting to get arrested at this point. He ain't going to tell you that, okay? Because remember, he's got to scam. He's got to keep scamming. But he ain't going nowhere. Especially if he's hooked on shit right now. That guy can't leave that place, okay? You think he's going to go anywhere where he may not be able to score and then start going to go through withdrawals and get sick and all that shit? Fuck no, okay? Think he wants to go to another state where he don't know anybody? No, dude. That guy, he can't even survive on his own one day in his own fucking city of Tulsa, okay? We've seen that guy not one time out like in the streets all night long, right? The guy's just been, as soon as he got out of jail, the guy's been fucking crying, and every day he's been in an Airbnb, a motel, at the Crack Shack version 2.0, right? Well, the thing is, I don't think he can go to Cali. If he's technically, we've never double checked that. Maybe I shall now. If he does have warrants out of there, okay? Which I would figure he'd run over to Cali in a heartbeat since he's so familiar with the place, but seems to want to avoid that place as much as he can. He tries to say, oh, yeah, I'll go, I'm going to go, but come on now. That was, 2 years ago? I mean, this channel, we celebrated a 2-year birthday last week, I think, or a few weeks ago. All right, do the math. How long has he been? The guy's never left fucking Tulsa. He's not only the state, he's not even left his fucking city, the county, since he started saying he's going to take a road trip. And don't forget the thousands of dollars that got poured into that car of his that now is at some auction block and some other homeboys fucking driving in, or they just chopped it and used it and gutted it. All right, so I'm sure they're appreciative of all the, well, he never put any parts. I'm sorry. I was thinking, yeah, you're going to get a lot of new parts, but I forgot. He said he was going to put stuff and then never did. But yeah, I mean, look at all that wasted money, right? All the money that went to lawyers, bond him out, and look where he's at, right? Did he improve one bit? No, he went worse. He's gotten worse. And this is all this guy's fault. Nobody else. Not the viewers, like he blames them. He's the one that's created this whole mess for him. And he just keeps digging himself deeper and deeper and deeper, man. I mean, honestly, if I was him, I'd just go turn my ass in. You get a free place to stay at, 3 meals a day, all right? And get you off your shit, okay? They'll put you in your little med cell or whatever you go to all the time. Probably already got your name already ready for you on your pillow, a little mint, you know what I mean? Little pillow, little towel folded there for you, all right? You get your little snacks every once a week. You can talk to all the ladies, all the angels on the shit. They give you a little tablet, a smart tablet now. You ain't even got one of those. I don't see why you wouldn't want to be in jail. And then guess what? Most importantly, you get all that legal shit out of the way. And if I was you at the same time, I would try to maybe get some help, work on some of the anger management. Maybe try to see about getting some type of little technical vocational schooling type of degree or something like that. I don't know. Again, that's just what I would do if I was in his position, but to each their own. Yes, they have Ginlord. Google's in some places, they even give these guys they got their own little, if you can afford it, of course, TV. They got the headphones, the tablet. Absolutely. Gets his little commissary once a week, his little Funyuns and Sody Pops and little marshmallow cakes, Rice Krispie treats, The hell, I think at the Tulsa County Jail where he was at last time, he even got hooked on the little e-cigarettes because, I'm sure you can probably still get the green stuff in there, but you got to pay for it. But the commissary sells you the little e-cigarettes. So he got hooked on the e-cigarettes. He was just puffing those all day to get high. So nothing's going to change much. 3 hots in a cot. That's right, Sunshinery. Yeah, well, hey, Candy Kiss 33, Steph, if you're still offering, I think this would be the best time to offer it to him. I hope that one-way ticket's going straight to your house. I'd love to see that streamed. As a matter of fact, look what I found the other day. I was going through some of my drawers, just throwing out some of my court trash, court news, all my, some of my notes and stuff I didn't need. Red Light Chicken. Do I got anybody from, I don't know if they're just in Oklahoma, but anybody got a Red Light Chicken where they're at? Well, this sticker here's, this got a little bit of some importance to it, all right? It's got a little history, as you can say. As a matter of fact, the first time I ever went down to Tulsa, That was the one time when Skimask didn't show up. Remember, because he claimed he had what was it, Corona, the coronavirus, when you could do that shit at court, you know. And it was obviously he was just scared. He didn't want to show up. That's when he thought. I think at that time he thought I was a little bit taller. You know, I don't think he realized I was that short at that time. So he was really, really scared. All right, but I actually went to this chicken place. It was just it's in downtown. It's right next to the courthouse. And I sat there for 2 hours. I even did a live stream from there. And I invited him prior to going here to lunch. You know, because he's saying, oh, you're running around town. You're running away from me. Blah, blah, blah. So I said, Skimask, I'll make it easy for you. I'm going to be at Red Light Chicken, downtown Tulsa. I'll buy you lunch. Come on down. Let's talk. Never showed up. But I got a sticker from there. So you know what I'm going to do with this? Although I'd love to slap this on the laptop because it has so much cool history, I am actually going to give this away. So one of you lucky people that is going to be getting your buttons here, you're going to have one of these. You have this in there. All right. So I think, I was looking up what the little video I'm working on and the kind of the theme song I'm going to play. I'll give you a little bit of spoiler. It's Three's Company. Except I'm going to call it Ten's Company. It's going to be the intro to the Ten's Company show. RRR. You know what? To each their own. I love them. Because they mean something to me, bro. I just don't slap a bunch of stickers on for no reason. Each one of these stickers on my laptop have a story behind them. Ten's Company and Friends. The Ski Week Court Bell. Oh, God, you guys are going to go to shit on this. Oh, Roofer. Yeah. We'll talk afterwards. But you better give me some props, okay? All that, you know, and like I said, thank you for your patience, but I took care of your package, all right? I gave you some of my exclusive stickers. Oh, Candy Kiss, good question. So, yeah, I know we kind of are a little long-winded about everything. So, apparently he's stating as of today that he's fleeing the state of Oklahoma. He's stating that he's had this bus ticket, which I've heard he's had this bus ticket for already a couple of weeks now. It's the remember, like the everlasting blunt, you know, the blunt that never ends. It's the bus ticket that never ends. You know what I mean? But apparently, he's gone. He's going. He doesn't like the situation he's at. You know what I mean? Probably don't like it too much because he's around a bunch of people and dudes, and you know he can't be tough now, right? You know what I mean? The minute he starts acting up, they're just gonna, you know what I mean? So. But either way, he made some announcement today that, yes, he's going to be fleeing the state to a destination unknown. So, which I was like, dude, which, you know, he's lying, but I was just waiting to see if he was going to say it because I'm like, are you that stupid? Because, you know, your bonding agent used to come on your stream all the time. So I'm sure they're going to figure out really easy where you're at anyways because you're a narcissist. So say he does take off, right? You would think if you're on the run, the last thing you're going to do is live stream your location. But Skimask, the type of wackadoodle narcissist, sociopath, that as soon as he gets to his new location, he's going to be all over the place to streaming it, right? So, but either way, I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't think he can. And especially, like I said, if the guy's hooked on what we think he is, he ain't even going to be leaving the fucking neighborhood that he's in right now, okay? And that's sad. That's sad. Like I said, at this point, you know, and I'm not saying this as a hater. All right. As a matter of fact, if you really care about the guy, I think you should be on my same. I think we should be sharing the same opinion, which is he's better off right now and safer in jail. Okay. So. All right, moving over to the last bit of news we're going to cover, which is going to be an update, very quick one, because like I said, not much happened. As a matter of fact, if you didn't see if you didn't get a chance to watch the Friday morning live stream and you have some time today, check it out. It was a lot of fun. We got to check out a lot of cool places in downtown El Paso. But the reason why we were there was to provide coverage. And we knew at that point it wasn't going to be from inside because it's a federal case. But, we wanted to see if we can get, coverage of El Mayo, showing up, being transported to the courthouse, seeing the lawyers come in, the lawyers come out and all that stuff. Unfortunately, we didn't. As a matter of fact, we learned later through me speaking Spanish through one of the other reporters there, probably from Univision, that he had gotten there. They had transported him there like at 7 a.m. And his lawyers, I just learned, they had already gotten there early in the morning. Okay. So unbeknownst to me, and for you all that were there that morning, those reporters there, they already actually had B-roll of his lawyers coming into the courthouse. Versus I was thinking I was still there waiting for them to come in. Okay. So I learned something new. I learned that even in federal court case, well, not even in federal court cases, the lawyers probably will show up like 4 or 5 hours before the scheduled court date. So I'll get it the next time. But either way, it's an ongoing federal case. His lawyers try to waive. They were successful in waiving his last appearance prior to Friday's. But he was required to show up to court, which he is in custody. He's in federal custody. It's not like he's bonded out. There's no bond right now as we're speaking for him. So they transferred him from wherever he's at. They're holding him at. They haven't disclosed that to the federal court. That's where we were at. Except we were there a little bit late. But either way, he showed up. He had his case. I think the best way to just give you an update is I'm just going to play a video from one of the local news stations that were able to cover it. So kudos to one of my fellow reporters that got this. So, but as a backup, we had a lot of fun showing around the border area, downtown El Paso, and that was cool. I had a good time with everybody. It was hot. By the end of the stream, I was dehydrated and barely made it home. I'm just kidding. I was dehydrated, but as soon as I got home, I crashed, man. I was thirsty. I was sunburned, and I was done for the day. All right, so let me just pull up that article really quick, and we'll take a look at that, and that should complete today's broadcast. I may just talk about one other thing, but I may not. But let me just start with this first. All right, so it's going to be a Mayo court hearing. All right, let's see if I can share this here.
Provides the longest lasting protection for 8 continuous months. Stop sucking with Seresto.
Last year, I said that the Justice Department would never stop working to hold accountable those who are responsible for the fentanyl epidemic. On Thursday, the Justice Department took into custody in El Paso 2 more alleged leaders of the Sinaloa cartel, one of the most violent and powerful drug trafficking organizations in the world. Both men are facing multiple charges in the United States for leading the cartel's criminal operations, including its deadly drug manufacturing and trafficking networks. The first is Ismael Zambada Garcia, or El Mayo, a co-founder of the cartel. He is facing charges for fentanyl trafficking, money laundering, firearms offenses, kidnapping, and conspiracy to commit murder. The second, Joaquin Guzman Lopez, is a son of its other co-founder, known as El Chapo, and is facing charges for trafficking in large quantities of cocaine, heroin, and meth, among other drugs. Both defendants will have their initial appearances in federal court in the coming days. El Mayo and Guzman Lopez join a growing list of Sinaloa cartel leaders and associates who the Justice Department is holding accountable in the United States. This includes the cartel's other co-founder, El Chapo, another of El Chapo's sons and an alleged cartel leader, Ovidio Guzman Lopez, and the cartel's alleged lead sicario, or assassin, known as El Nini. Fentanyl is the deadliest drug threat our country has ever faced. The Justice Department will not rest until every single cartel leader, member, and associate responsible for poisoning our communities is held accountable.
All right. Well, that was I thought was going to be a video clip from Friday's hearing or appearance. But let me just read you. I'll just read the, let me just see if you guys can see what we're looking at. I'll just read you. Like I said, there wasn't too much. They just read the indictments pretty much to him. He had already pled not guilty on his first appearance. But let's just read this together here. It's not too much. So it says, Mayo Zambada, the co-founder of the notorious Sinaloa drug cartel, appeared in El Paso federal court in a wheelchair, looking far from the drug kingpin who is charged with being the leader of the deadly criminal organization. Zambada appeared at a status conference about 1 p.m. So, oh, sorry, it was, I keep saying Friday. I guess this was on Thursday, okay? I got my dates wrong. So this was from Thursday, August the 1st, okay? Hold on. Yeah, okay, I was right. So yes, August 1st, Thursday. So we were there hoping his lawyers or him were going to come in. We got there like at 10 in the morning because the hearing was at 1. But either way, we found out obviously later that we were there a little bit too late. We were never going to catch him. The reporter said nobody got them, coming in. Obviously, it's a federal courthouse. They have a secured entrance in the back that even, like I said, the reporters weren't able to catch him coming in or get any photos. But they did get they were able to, which the lawyers had no comment. They were able to get the lawyers coming in the courtroom, which that's what I was hoping to get, but I was there a little bit too late. And we were just there so long and I was about to die. My battery was about to die. So instead of waiting to see if the lawyers were going to come out again after the hearing, because it started at 1 p.m., we went ahead and just walked over to the border and I've just finished off the rest of my battery just streaming down there, which I'm glad we did because there's no way my battery would have lasted to wait till after the lawyers got out. But what's to say we can't catch the next in-person appearance? And now that we know how this works, we can get there early and hopefully get on some of the action. But either way, let me finish up. What I'm about to read is going to be a pretty much what happened on this status conference hearing that was at 1 p.m. Thursday, August the 1st. And that's what we were there to try to cover. Okay. So here we go. Zambada appeared at a status conference at about 1 p.m. Thursday, August 1st, where two key issues were discussed. These included a possible conflict of interest with his attorney and whether he would be tried along with the Sinaloa drug cartel members. So that was it. So two possible conflicts of interest is with his attorney and whether he would be tried along with Sinaloa drug cartel members. Zambada is being represented by Frank A. Perez, a Dallas attorney, and Ray Velarde, an El Paso attorney. Both declined to comment after the hearing. The conflict of interest concerns were because Perez has previously represented drug cartel members and Velarde had represented Zambada's son in a Chicago drug cases. Zambada agreed to waive any conflict of interest concerns and wanted to keep his attorneys. So apparently to him, he doesn't care about the conflict of interest. See, talking about the sketch, remember we said that, they don't allow reporters in the federal court hearings, but you are allowed to sit in there as a guest and they can sketch, they can take notes. So they said he appeared in a wheelchair. It almost looks like he's in a hoodie, like a soccer hoodie. Not too professional for your appearance, huh? It says this. Oh, wait. So that was the first. Okay, no, yeah. Now going into the second issue, which was being tried along other cartel members. It says the second issue was whether Zambada would be tried with co-defendants in the cases U.S. Attorney's Office prosecutors knew about. Oh, wait, hold on. One, let me see, make sure. Okay, you guys can see what I'm looking at. That would have sucked if I was reading this and you guys can't even, can't even see. So here we go. The second issue was whether Zambada would be tried with co-defendants in the cases. U.S. Attorney's Office prosecutors knew about this concern and said they were working on whether to try Zambada separately or with the co-defendants. Oh, here we go. Another status hearing was set for 1 p.m. Monday, September 9th. So I got to write that down. So maybe we'll have another opportunity to head down there September 9th. 1 p.m. Well, obviously, we'll get there super early and see what we can bring you. Now, again, obviously, well, here's the one thing. If we do go to that September 9th hearing, I would like to sit in on the hearing. So, you know, now that we've seen how the media circus looks like, you know, I think it'd be cool if I could sit in on that hearing. So I'll see what I can do about seeing if, and I don't know if they're allowing the public to sit in or you have to request like a media pass, whatever, but I'll see what I can do to obtain permission to sit on that hearing. That way I can report on it through notes and maybe the best attempt I can make at a sketch. But either way, you know, it was a fun, you know, I thought it was a fun live stream and got to show you guys, you know, how the media works on these type of big cases. And we learned a lot about how the federal court works. You know, we even got approached by a security guard that told us to move. We got beeped by an officer, undercover officer that, you know, was about to probably write me a ticket for jaywalking. We even got in a little, I wouldn't say a conflict. I was just recording as a member of the public, you know, just exercising my, you know, First Amendment and freedom of press. And the Border Patrol agent had a fit for whatever reason and said that I could, you know, I couldn't film this way. And I understand, you know, for security reasons, they don't want, you know, they might think you're a cartel member and, you know, they don't want people seeing their faces or, you know, they don't want you know, people knowing how their, you know, pretty much how their inspections work, whatever. Either way, the cartel already knows how that works. Okay. But I think the guy was just having a bad day. But yeah, I mean, it was a pretty interesting stream. Let's just put it that way. Oh, and free burritos. You're right. Not to forget the free burritos. Permanent week. Lord knows what he's streaming on now, but I'll just put it this way. Anything of any value is gone, okay? Guy's probably laughed down to his last pair of underwear. What are those called? Basketball jersey, and who knows, Lord knows what he even has socks on and shoes at this point. All right. Probably, and I'm sure those meth heads knew those were fake Jordans anyways, but probably traded those in for some shit. But anywho, don't want to make any allegations. I'll let you guys decide on, you know, what you've seen. And I wanted to hit a little bit on that because, like I said, I had a lot of people, you know, that had reached out to me wondering, you know, hey, if I thought there, you know, what I thought about that situation, where he was at, and about any of the illegal activities that were going on. And yeah, absolutely, there are, and horrible situation. So. Oh, one other thing. If you were there on that Thursday stream, I keep saying Friday, we walked by this really cool fucking like place that I guess was for rent. Looked like a fucking outside prison. You know what? I have not been able to get that place out of my head, man. I was just thinking how much cool stuff we could do, like just streaming from there and like doing events. So here, let me ask you this, okay? Let me ask you. This is, and again, I'm not even going there yet. Okay, I'm just trying to get some feedback. But how cool would this be if, like, you kind of, and then I guess this is a good way to probably present it to the people renting it. You know what I mean? Is it'd be like an art project, which I think fits in perfect because that little area was full of a bunch of art, you know, shops and studios. Okay. So we could call it, which is cool because I wouldn't want to rent it for 6 months or a year. I just like at the most maybe a month or 2 months or a quarter, 3 months, okay? But let's just say you rent it for a month, okay? I would just do it on the weekends, but I think it would be cool to do it like a live streaming project, okay? So one, you're doing the live stream, okay? But two, the people walking by, they can watch you. And here's the thing, all right? You can do all sorts of crazy things out of there. But going on the concept of just having somebody locked up in there, you could pretty much say, I'm going to enter the outside, whatever you want to call it, okay? Once you're in there, there's rules. Pretty much, there's no food. You know, there's probably a restroom in there. But pretty much either pretty much the way you make it throughout the weekend. So it'd be like a 24, 48, I'd say 48-hour stream, okay? All we would need is just set up internet in there, which I'm sure it's got electricity, okay? Turn on the electricity, all right? Or we don't even need internet. We just use hotspots or the phones, right? But either way, here's the thing. Either the audience that's watching you on as far as YouTube or whatever platform you stream on can help support you pretty much living the 48 hours in there, i.e. getting food. Because guess what? There's an address, right? So people can DoorDash food to you. Yada, yada, yada. Actually, I already know where that's going to go to. But hey, It's part of the project, okay? It's an art project. But either way, people can do that. Or the people walking by can maybe help you. Somebody's walking by, wants to hand you a soda or a water bottle because you're thirsty, they can't. Maybe they throw some eggs into you. I don't know. I don't care. But either way, I thought it was a pretty gnarly place. I think I could do a lot of crazy content there. It's probably never going to happen, but, you know, I was just thinking about it. Anyways, I don't know if it was for sale. I think it was for rent, Aaron, but it was just such a cool little thing. And I don't think it cost that much because, one, it's a small little unit. Two, it's pretty, like, fucked up. I mean, obviously, if you're going to run a restaurant or business or anything in there, you'd have to spend a lot of money renovating it. So I think whoever owns that spot would be totally cool if, one, they're making money off that for a month or two and nothing's being done to it, you know, other than just, and even electricity we don't even really need. You know, you can use flashlights, solar power. I mean, there's other ways. Trust me, I can bring electricity into that building just to run a couple of chargers, you know. But realistically, I think it'd be a cool thing for whatever you want to use it for, to do some type of project that pretty much brings in the audience watching you on the internet and a live audience, the people walking on the street. Because that is a busy place. On Fridays and Saturday nights, that street gets popping. You know what I mean? So that's, like I said, I just call it like a live streaming art project. Anyways. Oh, no new court dates for Methy. Still waiting to see when the DA is going to start, filing the charges for those 2 DUIs she's facing. Unless anything else come up, please let me know. Streamer Lounge. There you go. I like that. Oh, yes. Oh, let's see. Is he live right now? Is he live? Is the final statement being made? The bus is leaving in 10 minutes. Let me see. Actually, I have to search for him. Oh, I think he is. Hold on. Already calling us names.
I give a fuck what you think. I don't give a fuck about you or no one else's opinion. I really don't. I put my dick out in front of you and just pee.
Glaves. Well, you know, of course, from the last update, he's in jail for the rest of his life. But I'm glad you brought that up because I am going to start looking in to see if these other states have started pressing or filing the charges against them. Remember, this was going to be an ongoing investigation with that guy. So more news to come.
Crackers on pigs, pussies, cunts.
Language. Watch the language.
Those are the only types that hate on me. Yeah, I have an announcement, though.
Well, thank you, Pamela. Week. I'll look into those, and if we'll probably do something this week then to do an update on old Michelle. Now, remember, I'm not covering any of her divorce stuff. So if that has to do with her divorce shit, you know, that's old news and stuff that I don't cover.
But like, how did you
if
find
those
your
are
way into
dates
this
having to
chat
do
with
with her
me,
criminal
man?
charges,
You're not a
absolutely,
fan
we'll
of
talk
me.
about
You
it.
don't think I look good? You don't think I'm funny? Like,
What up, Donnie Darko?
Faggot? Faggot ass loser.
Alan Kramer
Yeah,
says he leaked it.
Like, ask anybody.
Oh, I can guarantee you his
you
bonding
do
agent's
that.
watching him. She's
No one
friends
thinks
with
that,
him.
like,
Not
you
anymore,
bothering
probably.
or annoying a grown man with a big ass dick,
I agree.
giant balls. Like, I fucked more bitches in the last 7 days than you will in your entire life. Every single one of them finer than any bitch you ever fucked. No.
Why does he make up this shit? I mean, who are you kidding? There's not. We've
You know,
only
women
seen
hating
one
on me like I
female,
give a
assuming
fuck
that
what
was a
hating ass bitch
female
has
on
to say.
that
There's enough
house.
bitches on the planet I can go and fucking a new one of y'all every fucking hour, and I give
Now
a
I
fuck what a
believe
hater
you're,
says.
you know, giving it up for some guys, and that's how you've been getting some of that
You guys, dude, I've been doing
the
this for
pookie money
7
for
years.
free.
You've been waiting 7 years. You're a dumb bitch. And I
So
hope
is
you
this
get
guy
raped.
just sitting
That's
in
what you
the
deserve.
backyard now, or what? That's why he can talk all this shit.
Lynn deserves to be raped.
Yep, that's why he's outside. See, he can't even talk like this in
Will.
front of those meth heads because they think he's a
over here.
weirdo.
I'll pay somebody to do it.
And he can't act like a tough
don't
guy in
wait.
front of those other
don't
people.
wait.
So he's got to go outside. That's hilarious.
But then you would understand to shut the fuck up, bitch. Wasting my time talking to you fucking ungrateful faggots, though. That much is evident.
Oh, absolutely,
That much is
Sunshine.
evident. That's why I came live to tell you to. I hope you all die. I wish you all had AIDS. I hope your little babies get ran over by fucking dump
You just
trucks.
hear that?
I hope that all your husbands and wives and everyone is getting cheated on by someone like me. I'm probably fucking the dog shit out of like most of my haters' wives.
Whoa, I just heard you say you're effing a dog, dude.
Bitches ain't loyal.
Does he even know what the
These
fuck
bitches
he's
ain't
saying?
loyal.
Oh, his internet cut out.
These bitches ain't loyal.
We can hardly even hear your insults, man. Go stand in front of a Walmart. They got better
I'm
internet.
tell y'all where I'm going because I might not even.
Anyways, we're not gonna sit here and watch this jerk just say the same shit. You guys, after this want to head over there, by all means. I'm gonna go enjoy a nice brunch after this shit. Last thing I need is to listen to his insults on a Sunday afternoon. But anywho, at least we were able to, you know, check in on the guy. And it doesn't appear like he's jumping on any bus yet. So I don't know where this whole I'm going on a bus trip is coming from, but either way. Sunshiner says no thank you. But that's all I had for you guys. I think what I was going to just maybe speak about, I'll just hold off and wait for like during the week we'll have an update. I got to do a little bit more research too before I start getting into it. But yeah, we've got a busy month, man. We've got a lot of court cases that are going to be going on this month. Got people on the run. Oh, that's what I was going to mention. There's been a lot of stuff happening with the Nick Rekieta case. So for those of you that have been following that, I apologize that I have not been as much in tune to that case. Generally, I was going to just do my next update when he had his next hearing. But there's been a lot of other things kind of shuffling between then. And what I'll do is I think the best thing to do is get a pro that's been covering this case specifically on it. And I'm going to see if I can invite, if you guys remember, Will Heron. I actually got to meet him personally. He was, I guess, traveling down in this area and had messaged me one day. This was about a couple of months ago. And I was wondering if he could come down and meet me. So I said, yeah, sure. So we went and had a few beers and talked, and a really cool guy. I don't know if any of you have been following his channel or his, you know, his coverage, but he's been really going in depth on the on this Nick Rekieta case. As a matter of fact, I think he's been a guest on a few big shows now that are covering it as well. So when we had sat down, I had asked him and said, you know, we should do like a collab show sometime. And I think this would be the perfect time is to bring him in on like a panel show and see if he can give us a good update on all the goods and everything going on with that case. Thanks, Sunshinery. Yeah, let me see what we can put together because, you know, I think that would be a better way to give you an update and be a different, cool way to do it other than just, you know, me playing a bunch of clips or reading off some paperwork. You know what I mean? Let's change it up. So I think that would be a really cool thing. Bring him on, see if we can bring on some other individuals. I'm sure Will knows maybe of a few other people that are covering this case. And we can do like just a whole big panel. That would be fun. I'm going to look into that. See if we can put that together. Candy Kiss 33. I know. I mean, I'll tell you what. I think that's for the majority reason people are just so just shocked and just astonished that a 40-some-year-old acts like that is why he probably gets a little bit of attention still. But even then, you know, it just gets too old. I mean, at some point, it's just boring. It's just nasty. And I got 20 other better things I could be doing. So, But yeah, I still don't know why that guy has not had a chance to look himself in the mirror and just not snapped out of the delusionalness. He's that fog that he just lives in. But my God, he needs it. And I'll say this: if his come to Jesus moment doesn't happen soon, that guy's just going to be a failure for the rest of his life. He's nearing that time where it's just there's no turning around. You know what I mean? So if he's got any bit of a chance left, it's now. And if I was him, I would take it. Just turn yourself in and get that shit over with. Get the help you need and move on. Anyways, all right, y'all. You have a wonderful afternoon now that we are technically in the afternoon for my friends on the East Coast. I know it's still morning time for everybody else. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday. There may be some of these riots still going on in the UK. I hope for everybody in the UK, stay safe. I hope there's no more destruction going on in all those businesses and cities, you know. I hate to see a lot of the, repeat of what happened during the BLM protest. Let's see. We'll keep you updated on this supposed flee from Oklahoma. Like I said, hopefully we'll get something put together to get you a good update on Nick Ricida. Got a lot of cases going on this month that we're going to be doing updates on. I plan on still continuing to update you on the Mayo federal court case with possibly maybe even a September 9th trip coming soon. So we'll see how that goes. Let's see. Next time I shall see you will be sometime this week. We'll do like a midweek court coverage, or there could be some breaking news coming up. I hope not, but with all the bad shit going on between the YouTube and the world news, I'm sure I'll probably see you guys before my planned show. But hopefully not. Hopefully not. But I definitely hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Please don't forget to stay vigilant. Keep your head on a swivel. Check that 6 every once in a while. Take some time to love somebody, even if it's yourself. I love you guys. I appreciate all your support. Appreciate everybody being here. Appreciate all my members of the jury. Thank you to all the mods for all your hard work and support. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. NJCourts. Don't say I didn't give you a warning. It's going to get loud. Is officially out. Yeah, that was a good one, Rio. Of you. I thought Rio had forgot about that trick, man. Hell yeah. All right, you guys, take care. Peace. Love you guys. See you on the next one.